I am Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, last of the pharaohs, and the woman Rome feared most. They called me a temptress, a seductress, a witch of the Nile. But those are the lies of men who feared my throne, my mind, and my blood. Tonight, I will tell you not the story written by my enemies, but the truth of how I lived, how I loved, and how I fought to keep Egypt alive when the world tried to devour her. I was not born into peace. My father's Egypt was crumbling, drowning under the shadow of Rome. By the time I ascended the throne, I was not just a queen. I was a survivor in a world of men who believed crowns belonged only to them. From the beginning, I knew every breath I drew would be both weapon and prayer. When Rome came for us, they sent Caesar, the conqueror of Gaul, the man who bent nations with a glance. They expected me to bow. Instead, I rolled myself into a carpet, smuggled into his chambers, and stood before him not as a slave, but as Egypt's sovereign. His eyes did not see a girl, nor a mistress, but a queen, one who dared to defy Rome. They will tell you I seduced him. But love is not always seduction. Sometimes, love is war. Caesar gave me Rome's steel, and in return, I gave him Egypt's loyalty. Together, we crushed my enemies, the traitors who sought to unseat me, and the brother who shared my blood, but not my throne. That union was not weakness. It was survival. It was power. From that union came a child Caesarion, son of Caesar, son of the Nile. In him, I saw not just a boy, but the hope of two empires. I dreamed he would rule a world where Egypt and Rome were equals, not master and slave. Every night, I looked upon him and believed the gods themselves had given me this weapon of destiny. But dreams die with daggers. Rome's Senate carved Caesar into silence, and with him, they sought to carve away my power. They thought I would crawl into shadows and beg for mercy. Instead, I stood taller. For in the ashes of Caesar, I found another flame, Mark Antony. Antony was not Caesar, but he was fire, passion, and fury. With him, I was not just a queen. I was a goddess. He called me Goddess Reborn. Together we carved kingdoms from dust and ruled them as though the world itself had bent to our union. We were reckless, defiant, untouchable, or so we believed. Before I continue, if you like to hear more from history's greatest legends tell their own stories and secrets, just like mine, subscribe now. Every week, a new legend is reborn. But Rome does not forgive. Octavian, cold, merciless, the shadow of Caesar's name unleashed his fleets against us. The sea boiled with fire, and though Antony and I fought with everything we had, fate turned against us. Our ships burned, our soldiers fell, and our dreams shattered like broken marble sinking into the deep. Rome broke Antony before it broke me. Defeated, dishonored, he fell on his own sword. I held him in my arms as life fled his body, and in that moment, I knew the truth. Egypt's last breath would be mine to give. Octavian demanded I kneel, that I march through Rome as his trophy. But I was Cleopatra, daughter of the Nile, last of the pharaohs. I would not be paraded in chains like some common prize. I chose my death as I chose my life, with defiance, with dignity, and with fire in my veins. They say I held an asp to my breast, its venom racing through my blood like the wrath of the gods. Some whisper poison, others a dagger. Let them argue. What matters is this: I died a queen. My spirit did not bow to Rome. My name would live forever, not as their captive, but as Egypt's immortal daughter. And so I ask you now, when you speak my name, remember not the lies of my enemies, but the truth of my reign. I was not merely a lover, nor a temptress, nor a prize. I was Cleopatra, last pharaoh of Egypt. And though Rome conquered my flesh, they never conquered my soul. This is Legends Reborn, where history speaks.